Alright.
But I'll do it.
Okay.
Hello, this is Kathleen, and welcome to Kathy's Corner. And I want to talk about the relationship between me and George and his mother and some of the things she did. I've been with George for 28 years. For 10 years, I had other relationships. We didn't see each other. When I met George, I thought he was a very kind, thoughtful, sensitive person. We had gone over to see his mother, and the one time we went over there, she started yelling and screaming at George when we were in the car, and I told her to stop because I didn't like the way she was putting him down. And from then on, she decided that not only did his son need to receive her negativity, but me too. And after that, I was referred to as the whore, slut, hussy, and whatever else she might have thought of. But I saw George's mother abuse him. Every time we went over to visit, she would talk negative about him. I saw how George's mother would not try to help George better himself. When he was younger, he had a chance to work for Bill Gates when they were first starting up the company, and his mother refused to give him bus money to go see him, and she said, "Well, you're too young, you can't go there." And at one point, he had a chance to work for DC Comics, and she wouldn't give him the money so he could go get a position there. So George's mother belittled. I know that she put him down when I was with him and would hurt his feelings in front of him. And at one point, he lost something like 20 pounds, and he was so proud of it. And went to see his mother and talked to her. She made a horrible comment, "Oh, I see his blubber," and he was angry for she criticized him for 2 hours, and he got screamed at her, and he got up because he was crying, and he left. And she told me she wanted me to stay, and I said, "I don't want to stay because you just insulted my boyfriend." But I know that through the years, George has wanted to start a business, and when he would ask his mother to help him, he wouldn't help her. She wouldn't help him, but would help the relatives if they needed help buying a house or starting a business. She would prefer to them, but when it came to George, she didn't want to help him at all. And she made a lot of promises to him that she broke. Promised she'd buy him a car, and she only made the down payment and expected George to make the monthly payments. And she knew at the time that financially money was very tight for George, and it was a real burden on him. She also promised him that if he had a job full time and he went to part time, she would give him the money for the remainder so he could go back to college. And she reneged on that, and George lost his job because the guy said, "I have to have you full time. I can't have you working part time." Before she passed on, she told him, "I want you to get a cell phone so I can get a hold of you." And she promised him, "I'll pay for the cell phone." And after he got the cell phone, and he told her what the bill was, she said, "I'm not going to pay for that." So she promised on that. She lied about that. And then George was stuck with the contract, and he had to pay it month by month. I know that In his childhood, his mother would do things like criticize him about his grades. If he didn't get straight A's, she'd complain, well, why aren't you getting straight A's like your sister? She would take property, things that he owned, in his bedroom while he was at school, and if she didn't like what she saw, she'd throw it away even though it didn't belong to her. So she was invading his privacy. She said, well, it's my house. If I want to get rid of it, I can. And I really don't like the way that, knowing that my parents would never treat me like that, but George's mother didn't seem to have a problem treating him as it was. I believe that because George's father, after the father passed on, I think the mother took a lot of the anger out on George instead. And I believe that was horribly wrong. But I've seen the way she treats him. I've heard about it. And I believe in no sincerity, because George is a wonderful person. And I think that he's had a lot of problems with his mother. I've seen it firsthand. And I want people to know that this is something, he's not making it up. He's upset and angry with his mother because of negative treatment. And I think he has a right to express that, because I've seen it and I know it's true. So I hope that by telling people this will clarify some things. Maybe people don't think that George is right to be upset with his mother, but I disagree, because I've seen it, I've been there, and I know what has really gone on. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope you have a really great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.